أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم اللهم علمنا ما ينفعنا وانفعنا بما علمتنا وزدنا علما وارنا الحق حقا وارزقنا اتباعه وارنا الباطل باطلا وارزقنا اجتنابه وصل اللهم على محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه وأتباعه وسلم ربنا اغفر لنا وارحمنا وأنت خير الراحمين آمين والحمد لله رب العالمين. I think this is the fifth section. We are having the discussion on the verse from Anbiya, chapter Anbiya, verse number 87 in original language, La ilaha illa anta subhanak inni kuntu minaz zalimin. So it is narrated as a prayer, supplication done by the prophet Jonah. So physical description of the event was in the Quran. The Jonah was in the sea, was cast into the sea, and he was swallowed by a fish, a large fish, and the sea was stormy, and the night was turbulent and dark, and there was no hope for him to get out of this situation. And we studied, of course, how to read the stories of the prophets in the Quran. We have been studying this particular subject in order to learn, as an example, how we should really read the stories narrated in the Quran. So this is a story. Physical description is there, narrated in the Quran is ascribed to the situation of Jonah. Of course, this must be related to us, to our present life. So we kept on insisting the importance of reading the Quran as my Creator is speaking to me right now for my situation. So we said, we don't know who Jonah was, and we don't have to know because there is no historical evidence that will teach us. Even we learn, it wouldn't help me. What am I going to do? Okay, something happened to a person, miraculously he was saved, so why do you tell me this? So I don't see any relevance to my practical life. So the Quran should be related to my practical life, must be meaningful to my practical life. Otherwise, I would be reading a storybook, telling about some miraculous things happened to one of the prophets, God's prophets, messengers, and I will be just admiring him, that he was a great guy. And that's it. And God miraculously saved him. Okay, what shall I do? So it was a severe question and methodologically extremely important point that we have to bring it to our practical life. We discussed that there was no hope for Jonah to get out of this horrible situation as it is described in the Quran. All the causes or hope was exhausted. So we may be in the same position because the causes themselves cannot act on their own choice or own consent or own desire, because we know that the universe has been and renewed within the certain order, and this order is not arbitrary, not chaotic. This order of the universe is under the control of its creator. So this order teaches us what to do in which conditions, rather than expecting the hope and help from the causes themselves. We know that the reins of the causes are under the control of the one who establishes the order in the universe. That's our principles. So Jonah is represented here saying that first, there is no God, there is no deity, there is no cause can really help me on its own choice. So the alternative is, so if there's no cause which can help me, who can help me to acknowledge that the causes are under the control, not the control really, at the will of the creator himself. So that must be recognized first. Look, I have to know that the causes are under the control or the will of the creator. So I have to acknowledge that. So if the causes are exhausted, it means I cannot do anything as far as my free will, my human will, my human power given to me is concerned. I cannot do anything. Even I could do, still I would, I am expected to acknowledge that still I am asking the causer of the causes to create it for me. This is a fine point we discussed a lot in our previous recordings. You can see that. So to come into the subject now, straight, the author says, okay, if you understood that, we have to go back to the creator, acknowledge his power. So we should be hopeful, because there is one reason. If I am put in a very desperate situation, it is the choice of my creator. So I am expected to use my free will. That is the choice of take my responsibility. But it is happening, or the result will come from the will of its creator, the will of the creator of the causes, and my desire or my need. That's what I have to do. I have to be aware of. My need is created because I am created by the one who holds the control of the universe. That's what I am expected to acknowledge here, to become aware of here. That's my main duty. My main duty is not to live in this world eternally. It is impossible. The order of the universe demonstrates openly that you cannot live in this world eternally. That is the will of the creator again, to show me, to tell me that, look, you are not here to live eternally, but you desire eternity. That's correct. That is my promise. But how are we going to gain eternity? by attributing our needs, by relating our needs to the one who gave me the need for eternal happiness. So only after acknowledging this source, eternal, the one who can give me the eternal happiness, I will develop my feelings, my emotions, my consciousness in order to attach my human side to him rather than to the causes themselves, which are dumb, which are blind, which have no will. They have to act according to will of their creator. I have to acknowledge that, because we are all together. Not only me is created by God. We are all together. We all are created by the same God, including my needs, my desperate situation as well. But we have to understand that there is a wisdom in the creation of summer. We have to understand that there is a wisdom in the creation of winter. There is a wisdom in the creation of sunny day or stormy days, because these are all different manifestations of the creator demonstrating his choice, his power, his wisdom to conscious beings. That is how we get to know that we are created, we are needy, he is the one who is our Lord. But not only me, my Lord, he is the Lord of the whole world. I am here as well. But as far as I'm concerned, I see the words from my perspective. It means I am interested in what is going on in the universe from my view. As far as I'm concerned, it doesn't mean that I don't care you or other creatures. Even when I care other creatures, again, it is for me. When I help somebody, if I can, that is my choice to help somebody in order to experience that my creator has given me the ability to help. My creator has given me the desire to help. Don't be selfish. By acknowledging this through helping other people, or helping all people or other animals, whatever, I acknowledge the quality, the sense manifested in me by God's choice that I have given you. That will be a means of acknowledging my Lord while I am helping others, not attributing the action to myself. These are all to do with acknowledgement of my creator, to make sure who I am, where I am, what I am doing in this world. To make sure what is my function, what is expected of me from my creation. Of course, that is the essence of everything. But unfortunately, in practical religious atmosphere, when we say, what are we expected to do in this world, they say, no, you are expected to follow the rules that presented to you in religious books. So what I do now, I skip my main role in this universe, main duty in this universe, to get to know who my Lord is, and go into some other external activities. And these activities are external because I am not in the center. I am obeying an order presented to me through the prophets. But I missed the main point. This obedience must be done through acknowledging who my Lord is. That aspect is missing mostly, especially those people who present religion. They just jump to the rules. I mean, ultimately, it is not wrong. There are rules, yes. But educate me in a way that I will be conscious of what I am doing, even while obeying the rules presented to me through the prophetic examples. So teach me who the prophet is. Teach me why I am obeying them. What am I going to gain from it? But we have to be careful. You will be rewarded in the hereafter is not the answer. Is not the answer. I will be rewarded while I am living in this world. That is the point that we have to understand. That is missing point. When I obey the rules there, when I obey the rules of the nature, they call it, it means the rules that the God creates, this order of the universe. When I obey the desires in me, these are all together the means of acknowledging who my Lord is. That's very simple. It is simple, but because we are not told, sounds strange. No, rather than studying the Quran and learning our duties, are we going to concentrate on ourselves first? Yes. Because Quran teaches us, in fact, how to be conscious of my Creator, whatever I am doing in this world. Not necessarily when I am fasting, but while I am just sitting here, what am I going to do here? Why I am sitting? What does it mean for me? That will be used and utilized in order to acknowledge who my Lord is. Now it is that we are going to study. We have been studying, but so far we have just established the foundations. Now, for example, the Quran tells us a story of a prophet, Jonah, whose name is Jonah. I don't know who he is. I don't think anybody knows who he is. Just historical narrations. He was the son or related to cousin of some other prophets. They link up. These are just matching, actually. But what am I going to do even if I know who his father was? If I knew who or where he lived? What am I going to do with it? Okay. If I knew which fish he was swallowed by, okay, this fish. I'll go and take a picture of it. So what am I going to do? What is it to do with me? Irrelevant. So how are we going to see, or what is the relevance of it to me now, to the story? Let's go and read this one. I'm going to read it today to go faster. Now, after studying the story and how desperate Jonah was in the story as it was told in the Quran. So I'm reading from, what is that, the paragraph? The last paragraph from the page 1 in your handouts. Now, we are in a situation 100 times more awesome than that in which Jonah, peace be upon him, first found himself. What? Come on. We are not in the fish. We are not really cast into the fish. It's not dark. I am comfortable. There is no fish that I am swallowed by. Come, you must be joking. I'm We are really living a pleasant life. Yeah, but we are in this situation. Am I? The question is, well, either this author is telling a lie, making up a story, or it must be something to do, really. Something to do with me and in my reality. Let's read further. Our night, that he was thrown in the sea in a night. So our night is the future. It is an interpretation. You can interpret in another way, but whatever the way you interpret, never forget that it must relate to your reality. This one interpretation, what we are going to read, but it must relate to your reality. You cannot interpret it arbitrarily without relating to your reality. For example, it says, one way of interpreting our night is the future. Do you see that your night is the future? Your future is your night. Do you know what will happen tomorrow to you? How? Get closer. Yeah, woman, you are welcome. Where are you going in your life? In your existence, you are getting old. You are getting older. You are getting older. And what's happening to you? What the end will be for you? Have you ever thought about it? Yeah. Ultimately, we will die. Okay, everybody will die. Everything will die. Why? Are we playing a game in this world, like the children play with the puzzles, jigsaw puzzles? They make, and then it's good now. They spoil it again. Next time they make it again. Yeah. Do you think the orderer of this universe is playing a game like a child, that he will create us, give us death, finish with us, and then he will do it again? Is he playing a game? Are we the toys in the hands of the Creator? Do you think that our existence, our human life is so simple? To be a toy, well, I don't know, the chess, when you play a chess, you pawn, how do you say? Pawn, right? So are we pawns in the hands of the Creator of this universe? Who are we? What's happening? So this guy is studying mathematics, never forgets, never leaves. So he is going to develop and progress and really advance, how is it called? Promote his profession. Yeah. And then more and more, and at the end, emeritus professor, right? And then, is it a game? So what will happen to you? How do you know? What will happen to you, and how do you know? If you wonder that you cannot make sure of your future, you are in darkness. So what are you going to do in order to get out of this darkness? Prophet Jonah did something in this story. That is a guidance for me. Now we have to watch out of this darkness, not because we don't know what will happen to me until I die. I don't know what will happen to me a moment later, tomorrow, And I am very worried, in fact, about my future. Who doesn't really want to make sure by getting a guaranteed social security, health insurance? Who doesn't want? For this life, none of them can save us for our real existence. None of them. And how can I secure my existence in the future? Although I am experiencing that every day I am losing. The biologically what they tell, I don't know, but that's what we read and accept as they tell us. As we are born, our cells starts the process of getting died, death. Well, it means in our very existence, it is encoded in our existence that this life is transient and you will definitely, no way, you will die. Since I am going to die, why am I here? Again, the same question. Is my maker, or whatever it is the people say that you are the product of nature, is nature playing a game with me? Using me as a toy? What's happening? Be brave. We don't know. How can I secure my existence? How can I secure my consciousness? How can I secure my worries about my future? In this universe, there is no cause, there is no source that I can go and take security. Is there? To secure your existence, that you enjoy all the things given to you now and keep them. Is there? How many times you are going to have scanning or something to make sure that the baby's growth is, expected in the best way? You want to secure it, huh? But you know that she will be born, he or she will be born. You know that it will be a baby like Fatima. Where is he? Where is she? He's playing. Good. So, like Fatima or Adam, there is another one. Is he with us? Is Adam? Okay. His pushchair is here. So, we want to secure. Keep the health. The eyes must see. Yeah, he shouldn't be blind. And ears must function. Brain must function perfectly. Huh? There should be no brain defect. We want to make secure, but we don't know how to secure our own existence. We don't know how to secure the existence of the child. We don't know. And as soon as they are born, they will start dying. And as soon as they are given all these qualities, physical qualities and emotional, sensual qualities, they will be taken away. That's guaranteed. We don't know. Now, this is the point. So it is dark in the story that Jonah was thrown into the sea. I have to make empathy, establish that empathy. This story is told for me. So Jonah, I don't know. Yeah. And he was saved from this darkness miraculously. How can I be saved from my darkness miraculously? What is the miraculous way? To find the real source, which will act beyond the limitations of the laws of this the order of the universe. Take it, laws of the universe. It means the way he creates, the one who holds this universe. He will save me. But what am I expected to do? How can I acknowledge him or the creator? Acknowledge it, the owner. How can I? So that I will attach my existence to him. It means really get an insurance from him. How can I do that? There is very simple. The Jonah example said, look, he made a prayer. Of course, it looks like a very simple. He used the supplication, there is no God, there is no deity but God, and saved him. How about me? What do I mean by there is no deity? Huh? Am I really aware what do I mean by there is no deity? In my practical life right now. How can I conclude this? Okay, verbally saying is very easy. La ilaha illahu. La ilaha illa anta. What am I saying? There is no deity except you. Who's you? So, God, how did you know? You heard from other people. Don't cheat yourself. Are you sure? That is what we are expected to become aware of. To make sure, when I say there is no deity except you, I know whom I am speaking to. I am sure in my being, not in knowledge-wise. You know, the knowledge information says Muslims believe in God. So when they say except you, they mean God. They believe in God, but what they don't really, I don't know what the people are doing, but what am I expected to believe in God, making sure that he really holds of everything. All the causes, everything is direct under his control. Directly under his control. There's no doubt for me, I have to establish this. So he will get, in my view, okay, I am in darkness. I don't know what will happen to me next time. In my future, I am in darkness, sure, but I am sure the future is under the control of my creator. Future is under the control of the creator of my need to make sure of my future. The future is under the control of the one who has given existence to the universe in such a way that I don't know what will happen tomorrow. So it is a means of training for me. It is a means of training for me. I am created in a position that I don't know what will happen tomorrow. I don't know what will happen to my existence in the future. That is a very simple call for me. It's a very simple call for me. You don't know what will happen to you, but you need to make sure, don't you? That's how I created you. Yeah. Only by knowing who the holder of the future, you can make sure attributing to it. It means really ensuring your future with him. Just make sure within yourself and train. It doesn't happen, but it's not a knowledge only. That's what we cheat ourselves, really, mostly. But we say, oh, we know God. Of course there is a God. But in my practical life, do I feel it at every moment in my life? that I am being given existence by this one who is the Lord, owner of everything. Am I really experiencing this in my real practical life? Or I keep this repeating this phrase, or I am referring my so-called belief to a thing external to me, which means there's a company who takes care of the needs of this. And okay, I say, I am a member of this company. Can you become a member of the insurance company by just saying that since this company takes care of everybody, so I will be also among them? Or do you have to make sure that you got the insurance policy in your hand for you? Your name is written there. You are insured eternally. Do you feel that? If you don't, this story of Jonah speaks to you. That's why God narrates it to you. You have to have the insurance policy in your hand. It means the Quranic vocabulary presents this in your heart. You are absolutely sure. How can you make it something, not only knowledge, but within your own heart? It means, I don't know what heart is, but Quran uses the word heart. I'm using it. But it represents something internal, not external. Never, ever forget that what we hear, we believe in God, is external knowledge. It is never internal. We shouldn't cheat each other, ourselves. External knowledge, externally knowing that there's a creator. That's what they say. The universe seems to be, yeah. It means, there's a government taking care of the things there. So I am in this land, so I am covered by the taking care of the government. But if something personally happens to you in your house, can the government know what's happening to you? You must make sure that you got the policy. And you know that this government knows you personally. Personally. Every moment, he is the one who is really giving existence to you. That is something to do with your internal cognition. Internal cognition. It needs training. Very simple example. I give this example, and everybody gives this example actually. By studying the books, you can learn how to swim. Can you swim? No. It's very simple. You have to make exercise. You have to go and practice. What we have to do here in this world, what we hear from the Quran is just external. What's the instruction? But, for example, when you go and join any social activity, they give you the instruction, but they ask you to come for an orientation, practice, so you will see it and you will experience it. That is the dimension we are missing in our relationship with the teachings of the Quran. Quran is the book of instruction. It gives you the guidance, it gives you the external method, but it is you who is going to practice it. Internalize it. Make it your life. Make it your own conclusion. If you learn it, It is, for example, I learned from the book how to swim. Can it save you if you fall into the sea? Can you swim? No. That is how we are. We have to do everything. Training. Personal training is needed. Not the training of another person. Your father, your priest, your pastor, your imam can say, "Oh, I really am sure what the Quran says is true." That's for him. It doesn't save you. You cannot say that my imam knows how to swim, so I will be saved. It is ridiculous. So the books tell me how to swim. It doesn't mean anything. It must be personal, internal training. That's what Iman, the belief, is. That's how the Quran's instructions need to be benefited by us. Okay, let's go. So our night is the future. When we look upon our future, with the eye of neglect, not consciousness actually, neglect, it is 100 times darker and more fearful than his night. He will explain, I think, further, but I'm a bit impatient here, why it is 100 times more fearful than his night. He will tell somewhere, but I'm just hurrying because you can understand it. You don't have to wait. Because he is swollen by a fish in night. What happens? He dies. At the end, he loses 80 years of life. Yep. But how about me? If I am in darkness and if I am neglectful, not internalize, not only 80 years of my life I will lose all my existence. Meaninglessness. Not 100 times, billions of times more fearful than Jonah's example. It is simple. You can lose, instead of dying at the age of 70, 80, you may die at the age of 40. So, I mean, what is that? At the end, you die. Yeah? If it is thought of in terms of biological being. So, just after you die, after you die, it becomes equal. Doesn't matter really. Because when you die, everything comes to an end, and whether you came to an end at the age of 60 or at the age of 80, is the great deal after you come to the end. Now, so Jonah's death is nothing compared to ours. I'm very hesitant to use this word, spiritual death. It means death in negligence. Not really realizing who I am. So you see that this example presented to us in the Quran is really speaking to me, to my reality, but I have to relate it. I have to have the intention to relate the story to me. Just the beginning is very important. The starting point is extremely important. What is the starting point? Look, if the instruction book tells me a story which is not physically, materially related to my reality, it must have something to do with me personally. So open the question now. Why this story is being told to me? Ask this question, be brave. You may not have any answer if you didn't know. If you have not trained yourself, it is quite okay. It's fine. There's nothing is wrong. You know that I cannot really relate this story to my reality. At least there will be a question mark there. What does it mean for me? So you may look for the answer, but the worst case scenario is, worst case actually is, to say that I know, I learned how Jonah was thrown or cast into the sea. I learned all the stories you read in some books. They love narrating stories. They love giving historical background. They love it because it looks knowledgeable, scholarly done. So I know, you don't know. They narrate most from Israeli, Jewish stories, materialized. It is ridiculous when you read it. I found it ridiculous. Most of them, not all of them. But telling only story is ridiculous, with no exception. But relating to my reality, that is what I need. So ask the question. You may not have the answer. If you realize that you don't have the answer, it is the answer. At least you understood the purpose of telling this story, that it must somehow relate to my case, but I don't know. Unfortunately, I cannot make it my own case. That is an answer, at least. It keeps the door open. But if you just say, I know the story, I know who Jonah was, his father, his grandfather, and he was along the line of, I don't know, Israelites or whatever, to the Ben Israel. It's ridiculous. So what are you going to do with it? What are you going to do with it? So he was swallowed by a fish. Oh, I know which fish it was. Which kind of, it was huge. It was the, I don't know, whale. It's a huge fish. You can swim in it. So, okay. So what? And then what this proud of information is makes us to feel satisfied with information, historical information, narrations, stories themselves, to feel satisfied with them. And you think that you have read the Quran, you have studied the Quran, you have learned something of the Quran. Oh, it is great. Come on, please. No, get closer. Yep. I don't know why the people love that corner. What is? Come close here.
Is it free over here?
Come here.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. Some people, when they they are joining a religious gathering, they have to stay behind. They should stop. They shouldn't speak. That's the religious atmosphere. So freedom is always curbed when it comes to religion. Don't ask questions. Let the scholars speak on it. So don't challenge the scholars saying, what do you mean by it? No, you cannot. You just listen. So be brave. Come and join.
I have a question.
Yeah.
This is an old story, thousands of years old, before it was incorporated into the Quran as a story. Is the Muslim scholarship and understanding of the story different from the Jewish scholarship understanding, or is it about the same?
Same. Interpreting it as this Talmud interprets it, mostly Not all. There are exceptions in Muslim scholarship. There are exceptions in Jewish scholarships as well. But they are labeled under the title of, this is Sufistic tradition. This is arbitrary interpretation. It is not really scientific, or according to their, not academic. Yeah. For example, the author we are reading is not really making up from his own mind. He's taking it from Islamic tradition, but there is a line of Islamic tradition in this way. There is another line of Islamic tradition another way. Some people love narrating stories, making it somehow exciting, entertaining. Stories are entertaining, you know that. People love it. People love it. If we don't really emphasize on the methodology here, go into the stories, you know, the room will be full here. They love the stories. And also reminding people, that is very important, everybody. Reminding people their external responsibility. They love it. You have to go and do something to those people who are in the street, homeless. They love it. When you come, no, don't go anywhere first. Sit in your room and turn to yourself. Ask who you are. Do you think, am I going to be a psycho or psychopath? I go crazy. You know why? There is no answer. So, running out of themselves, running away from themselves is also another way of entertainment. But it doesn't mean that we shouldn't do any external activity. No, first, internal, inside, and then do external activity with this consciousness, with this awareness, without really being able to solve your own problems and getting the meaning why you are doing something that you are doing now. Whatever you do will have not be done, performed for the purpose in their prescription to you. For example, Quran keeps saying that pray, give zakat. Pray, give zakat. Okay? Salah, actually. What does it mean? If you reduce pray to 5 times formal things, and that's it, you have to do it external. If you reduce zakat to just giving some portion of your property to the needy ones, and that's it, that's very easy. People do it even more. They love it. External satisfaction. What the Quran meant, in fact, or means, in fact, while you are doing these activities, you will be practicing your own realization, your own reality as you acknowledge it. Be cognizant of what you are doing. It is just a practice. It is just a practice. If you know how to swim, going back to our example, by doing the practices in your own life, and you are sure that you know how to swim, right? And go and swim. That's what you learned it. If you are not going to swim, why did you learn that? But without internalizing it, saying that, we have to swim, we have to swim, we have to swim. I know how to swim. This is the instruction. Repeat the instruction. Repeat the instruction. Does it help you? Repeat the instruction for the sake of instruction. Does it help you? Does it make you grow in your real, if you like, this is an example only, of course. So in your real practicing the swimming, does it help you? By saying it? No. But you have to establish first, believe realities for you, and then practice it, and you will know what you are doing. Exactly. But without knowing, you repeat, or just keep repeating the actions themselves. Okay, let's go. So when we look upon our future with the eye of neglect, it is 100 times darker. We said not 100 really. Endless times darker and more fearful than his future, his night. Now, our sea is this spinning globe. Our sea. We are fallen into this globe, in this earth, on earth. So what is happening here? Each wave of this sea bears on it thousands of corpses and is thus 1,000 times more frightening than his sea. If you look at the world, thousands of people are dying, that is witnessing, and what are they telling us? Yeah? What are they telling us when you hear that somebody died? You are going to die as well. And also, if you look at this analogy, what I feel it, I understand this analogy actually. The wave of time, as the time goes, each wave takes my life. Yesterday, gone. Last year, gone. Last month, gone. Every day, it's going. Leaving me, you cannot retrieve it at all. Is it the right word to retrieve? Get it back? No, retrieve. No, you can't. It is dead. So in your own life, the waves are taking you into somewhere you don't know. That is our sea. The sea of life on earth. Right. Our fish, now he was swollen, Jonah, in the story, was swollen by a fish. So our fish is the caprice of our soul. Now, let's read it and talk, which strives to shake and destroy the foundation of our eternal life. The caprice of our soul needs explanation, I think. This fish is 1,000 times more maleficent than his fish. For his fish could destroy 100-year lifespan, whereas ours seeks to destroy a life lasting hundreds of millions of years. It means our expectation of eternal existence. This being our true state, we should, in imitation of Jonah, peace be upon him, avert ourselves from all causes and take refuge directly in the causer of causes, that is our Lord and Sustainer. Our caprices, we should say, let me finish this one until the next one, next piece. We should say, there is no God but you, the causer of causes. Indeed, I was among the wrongdoers. Why? Because I was swollen by the fish of my caprices. We will talk about it. I know it's not clear. That's why the Jonah said, I was among the wrongdoers. Don't take it at a very simple level, saying that Jonah has left his tribe in the story. And because his tribe didn't listen to him, yeah, okay. And he was running away, and God punished him. So what did I do? I didn't leave my tribe. No, I'm here. Well, is it related to me? No, because I didn't leave my tribe. So I don't see any punishment. I'm free, physically speaking, externally speaking. I'm just free here. So, okay, Jonah was Jonah neglected his duty and ran away from the duty assigned to him by God. So he is punished. So I shouldn't run away from my duty. Of course, my duty at this level stays what? It depends on your, I don't want to go into this. It depends on your way of life, whatever. Your duty may be not praying properly. I mean, your duty may be not warning the people. They love it. They love it. Warning the people and enjoining them what is good, prohibiting them what is bad. So it is commanding position. Everybody loves it. You know, it's, don't do that. It's haram. Yeah, don't do that. This is bid'ah, man. Now, it is very good. You know, it's a bossy position. Everybody loves it. Ego loves it. So exploits the reality. I mean, there is a truth in it, but not in this way. But we shouldn't go into that side of the matter. So it is not directly related. So I was among the wrongdoers, not that Jonah left his prophetic mission and ran away. That's why he was among the wrongdoers. It is related to me. I was among the wrongdoers. And where? I, personally, you say, I was among the wrongdoers. What did I do wrong? What did I do wrong? Because I am swollen by my caprices. We will talk. Yeah? How these caprices, swollen by my caprices, really keeps me away from my Lord. Yeah, it's not difficult, but we have to talk. And understand with full certainty that it is only He who can repel from us the harm of the future, this world, and the caprice of our souls, which are united against us because of our neglect and misguidance. Our neglect and misguidance. Our means not as a group. Everybody will say my neglect and my misguidance in my own attitude, in my own comprehension of my own existence. For the reason is the future is subject to His command, the one who gives existence to everything. That's His command. There is nothing that can in any way give aid and effect salvation except by his consent and command. That's what I have to understand. Everything happens according to the will of the one who keeps the commanding position of the existence of everything. That's what I am expected to realize. Now the paragraph ends here. So go back to my promise that we will study about the caprice of my own soul. What happens? This is the fish in the example of Jonah, swallowed by it. So this is the example of Jonah. We cannot hear that, no, Jonah was a prophet. How he was swallowed by his caprices of his soul. By the caprice of his soul. Oh, do you think the prophets can commit sins? No, they can't. So why happened to them? It was an example for us. Do you think the narrator is telling a lie? No. Yeah, we alarm there. So the prophets committed sin. Talking about this is beautiful, sweet. We know why? It's not related to me. It doesn't really have anything to do with me. Talking about Jonah, whether he will be punished by God, he won't be punished by God, it's external to me. I love it. It becomes a story. So talking about other people's situation, none of my business. This is an example for me. God is speaking to me. By definition in the Quran. It must have something to do with me. And that's why here is said, I was among the wrongdoers. They talk about it. Not all of them, almost most of them. Talk about, can the prophets do anything wrong? Is it acceptable or not? Yeah. Well, I'm fed up with reading actually saying that the prophets never do anything wrong, but why in the famous verse about the sins of the Prophet Muhammad, your previous and future sins are forgiven. So, do you think the Prophet Muhammad sinned? Do you think? Or what does it mean? Nothing to do with me. It is for me, in fact. So I should understand which kind of Lord I have, which holds my reality, my existence. My existence is in his hand. That's what I have to understand. If I say, Inna fatahna laka fatham mubina, we have really given the good news of obvious conquer. Yeah, you will defeat. It means what happened? It is the beginning of Mecca. Mecca is, or the news for the conquer of Mecca. And it happened. Okay, happened. Why am I listening to this? That's what happened to the prophet, and he conquered Mecca. Why am I listening to this? Why this story is told to me now that I'm reading over and over again? I'm just repeating what happened to the life of the prophet. He died. Conquer of Mecca finished, and nothing to do with me now. What does it mean for me? So, لِيَغْفِرَ لَكَ اللَّهُ مَا تَقَدَّمَ مِنْ ذَنْبِكَ وَمَا تَأَخَّرَ. Oh God, you can't go crazy by reading that. Can the prophets commit sin? Argument upon argument. We should stop that. Actually, no, this verse is for me. Okay? My Creator is telling me that be conquer, be open, clear. You will really be sure that this conquer, I'm promising to you. Yeah, you will open up better. All your problems, your future will be clear, everything for you. How? How? By realizing, just by realizing who your Lord is, attributing yourself, your feelings, your expectations, everything to Him, and seeing that He is the causer of everything. You are in this world not alone. You are not left and forgotten here. And, like a play is going on here, just a child is putting the jigsaw puzzle pieces together and spoiling and putting it together. It's not the existence, this life, the universe, this universe, and yourself, your human qualities are so precious for you. You don't want to lose even your hair. Who's started losing a patron? So you don't want to lose not your existence, not your life, not your power of sight, not your heart beating. No. Even the hair on your head. Although you don't know why they are there. You don't want to lose it. You don't want to lose anything of your existence. So you just raise it. How do you say raising? Shave it with razor, not to lose them and postpone their loss. The people are doing that. I did when it doesn't help. So forget about it.
I'm not going to take a risk.
So don't really bother about it, because ultimately you will lose it. So if it is under the hand of the Creator, and look at the order, and of course keep it clean. That's your duty. Don't bother. So we don't want to lose even one hair. How can I lose and dare to lose my whole existence eternally? It is the most important thing that we have to fear of. Now, come back to this caprices, how these caprices keep us away from rest of the creation and in the belly of a fish. What is the caprice? It means, this is my interpretation. You may come up with another understanding, but whatever the way you understand, relate to your reality. Never forget this. Relate to your reality. It's all right. So it may help you within yourself, not in the form of knowledge again, but your own training. My understanding of this from the readings of the other sources, whatever I conclude this now, that's my conclusion. Now I may change it tomorrow, but for the moment it is. With the caprice means seeing the world and everything centered in your interest. That's what I want. So reducing the existence to self-centric understanding. Yeah? Do you know that self-centric understanding?
What's the alternative?
Caprice, let's see that. So it means self-centric understanding means we have been saying that we have to look at the universe and see it as far as I am concerned. No, attributing to yourself and trying to keep the control of everything within your own power. Is it possible? Can you keep the control of anything within your own power, even one moment, it cuts off your relationship with the creator of that moment. Self-centric concentration means I am going to guarantee by myself. I am going to keep my existence. I am going to keep my health by myself, not really realizing that you are only the one who asks, expresses his need to the one who holds the whole order of the universe. I need it, but I cannot guarantee anything. That's the alternative. I need it. I cannot guarantee anything, including even one hair in my head or whatever. I cannot guarantee. I need my child to be healthy. Yeah. I need my job to be secure. I need my promotion is guaranteed. I need it. But the whole universe is being renewed every moment, and you have no share in it. Do you realize that? Can you change the order? Can you change anything will happen tomorrow? In existence, I'm talking, in existence. But you can ask by following the order. You can use, as somebody may tell you, that's what they tell, that if you use this medicine, you can gain your lost hair, in 6 months, but it never happens. Yeah. But pay just a certain amount of dollars, so they love it they love to get your money. So nobody in the world can guarantee the existence of anything. That's what we have to understand. Of course, you notice that I am emphasizing on existence, demanding, asking, petitioning that, I need to keep my health. So what am I expected to do is everything what you do, you take maybe extra vitamin or keep yourself protected, blah, 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 get good nutrition, etc. They are all obeying the order of existence, and ultimate decision is in the hand of the one who creates it. He promises, if you do this, I will give you this, with a certain limitations. That's what we can, for example, if I want the sun not to, for example, go beyond, or if I want the clouds not to come between me and the sun, it doesn't work. But if I'm hungry, if I want to satiate my hunger, go and eat something, it works. That's the limit. So, but it doesn't mean that I sustained my nourishment. I am obeying the rules, following it. Especially the existence of the things, I cannot guarantee anything. You may eat something, it may be poisonous, we don't know. But that's how we try to follow the rules. We have to be aware that we are obeying the rules. We are not guaranteeing by ourselves. That is the core. That is the center of being aware of one's createdness, one's reality. All the needs and the means to satisfy our needs are created for me. I am the creator of nothing. So if I say that I am the creator of nothing, it means the other things also are not the creator of anything. Everything is created by the one who creates the universe anew every moment, renews it. For example, aren't we asking something for our next moment in life? That is asking for the creator to create it this way. So he tells me, shows me within a very limited space, if you are hungry, eat this, I will give you satisfaction. Yeah, and health as well. Okay, if you eat this, you will get this kind of health, etc. So that is what I am learning from the way that the Creator teaches me. But can I guarantee anything? No. When I obey this information that I learned from the creation, I am asking him to create the next moment with this result. I'm just asking. And everybody, everything, just in need of in need of satisfying their own needs, they cannot create anything. But if you start guaranteeing this life or yourself for anything on egocentric, attributing your needs to yourself, your ability to your own self, that's as if you made yourself able to do something, as if you made yourself to desire this, as if you made yourself to nourish yourself. You made it, not the one who is creating the universe. You are alienating yourself from the creator, and you are swallowed by your own false caprices. I am going to do it. You must respect me. Yeah? Just self-centric understanding of existence, but totally false. That's what we have to realize.
I'm just trying to relate that to the story. So what you're saying is the fish he was in the sea and he was going to die, and the fish was this temporary sort of thing that he was holding on to try and protect his life. Is that what you're saying? This is why it's being compared to.
He's trying to get out of the fish, but he can't. And he realizes that the supplication is narrated to us. You have to realize the content of this supplication. La ilaha illa ant. There is no deity except you. It means you are the owner of the fish. You are the owner of my need. Yeah? And you can do it. But this prayer, supplication, is narrated to us in order to realize the content of this language, this sentence. Unless you realize that, no, I am not the Lord of myself. Yeah? There is nothing in the world which can sustain its existence by itself, but only the one who holds the universe can do. That realization makes your existence guaranteed. Do you understand that? That realization, you can guarantee your existence, but this cognition. But if you acknowledge it. So when we say that, look, I didn't create myself. I cannot create anything. There is nothing in the universe that can create, right? There is nothing. They can give existence to anything. So I need all these, and never forget this step. all these needs are given to me by my creator. Don't say, I need it. You are given the need. So go back. The creator is giving you the opportunity to understand. How are you going to acknowledge who your Lord is? Really? Who is really taking care of this universe? Who is doing that? How are you going? Through your needs, you understand. Through your needs, you understand. For example, the example says Jonah was swallowed by a fish. So we are swallowed by own egotistic interpretation of existence. For example, materialism, naturalism, and our really, we may say that we believe in God, etc. Doesn't matter. If I, for example, do something to you, if you get angry with me, how can you do this to me? Yeah? Who do you think I am? No? So I deserve to be respected. I deserve to be that, this and that, etc. What are we doing? But I have to understand this very simple matter, which is in the language of the Quran is abd, ya'budun, ibadah, you know. It means practicing worship, means acknowledging your God is and practicing it. Practicing it. How are we going to practice it? First, you have to understand what they mean to you, and not only the language that you have to understand. That's what usually people think, that we don't understand the Quran because we don't know Arabic. Yeah, if you learn Arabic, you will understand the Quran. Nothing to do with it. Understanding the Quran is understanding concepts, whether they are in Arabic or in English. Of course, in Arabic, maybe you can relate it to other sources, etc. It becomes more substantial as far as you're benefiting from the Quran is concerned. But if you don't know what worship is, you will never know what abd is or ubudiyya is. Yeah, ubudiyya, what does ubudiyya mean? Worship. What does worship mean? It is equally ambiguous to me. What do you mean by whether it's no, it is not worship, it is something. Whatever the language you use, because the dictionary gives you many other alternatives,
Well, this is actually interesting because in one of the tellings of the story in the Quran, it says what means in English. If he had not said that, he would have stayed therein in the belly of the fish or whatever till the day that they're resurrected. And I personally thought that he was literally going to stay there until the day but it seems like what he was saying is it's not a sort of punishment. It's more he would have stayed in this realization of trying to control things, not working, and staying within that sort of like vicious circle till the day that he then is knows what the truth is.
It's not he though.
Right?
We're still talking about it's he, is a historical person, right? So
just the
me.
the figure
It was
being
me.
yeah. Me is a better but it makes more sense now because before it sounded like a punishment. If he would have not said that, he would have stayed therein till the day that they're resurrected. But now it sounds like just telling you what would happen if you try and continue to control your life yourself. You just keep trying to collect money and other things and property, but you'd stay within that confined sort of place.
So,
Does that make sense?
yeah. What we do in our discussions, that all the verses relate to the hereafter, we say that we have to experience it while we are here. Yeah. So we have to see the reality of them and really get acquainted with them, the reality of, So if I am absolutely convinced and live accordingly, I'm ready. So these are this resurrection. After resurrection, when they die, they will realize, yeah, the last moment. And just at the moment of death, if you repent, it is not accepted. This kind of argument is irrelevant. Because every moment you are dying. It is gone. It is gone. Every moment is gone, gone. So you have to realize before it is too late. For example, if you have not really thought about the reality of your existence yesterday, it's gone. Now think about today. Right now, think about today. So before today is gone as well. Get it? Before today is gone as well, acknowledge it. Not really say it, but use it, benefit from the existence today so that it wouldn't gone with negligence, with ignorance of reality. So the repentance will not save your yesterday. But I'm not talking about repenting for sins, this kind of things. It means you are lost. Your loss is lost. So benefit from it right now before it is gone. What I understand from it. Last moment repentance doesn't help you. It means benefit from it right now as you have the opportunity. Make it practical for you right now. Yeah.
I'm worried though that there's two extremes, right? There's the extreme in where you think that everything is in your hands and you're capable of doing everything yourself, and you don't acknowledge that control is not really in your hands. That's one extreme. And then there's the other extreme in where you don't put effort in. You feel like, well, I'm nothing, and there's nothing I can do about it. And I'm wondering, is there a good thing about ego as well? I mean, ego doesn't necessarily, I mean, it exists. God created ego. So there's got to be something good about it, which may be that it propels me, it pushes me to try to do things and try to make a living and try to make a difference and try. So there is also a good part.
Yeah. So you notice that this very typical argument, actually, very typical argument among the congregations in the masjid or mosques. So, of course, we have to do something. Yeah, we are talking about what we have to do. We are not talking that we cannot do anything. We cannot create anything. That's what we have to realize. We cannot give existence to anything, but we just ask, and we have to ask. That's what the free will is given for us given to us for. We have to ask for it. We have to understand that I'm asking.
Just to
That's
clarify,
what.
sorry, asking is not just the literal meaning of like just praying or making dua.
No. You said
Actually
that.
doing something.
No,
That's
of
what's
course you are doing. You are practically using your human abilities. That is asking. For example, I'm going to eat. Yes, I'm going to eat. That's sure. While I am really doing the action of eating, what am I doing? I am feeding myself. These parents are there. They say, we are feeding the children. What the Quran says, you cannot feed anybody. I feed. What does it mean? No. Here I am. I'm giving the food to the child. Even with my own hand. Now the Quran says, no, you cannot feed anybody. I'm feeding. What does it mean? I am the creator. You are just asking. He's feeding himself. You are feeding yourself. So you are just asking. Every moment you're asking, you're begging, is created for you. What is expected from you? To acknowledge the reality that it is created for you. while you are doing physically, actively doing something. Now, what do you think the function of ego is? That the ego is created for us. Satan is mentioned in the Quran. Oh, be careful about this enemy. It is an open enemy for you. It always tries to deviate your right path, etc. What are they for? In this prayer, every time we repeat this actually, but I think it needs to be repeated even more. I feel that because we are heavily under the influence of this culture. Really, but we may not accept it. We may not acknowledge it, and we say no. I don't. No. It is the atmosphere we are breathing every day. So we have to understand that. Here is the Quran says. How does it say? His supplication starts what? There is no deity. How can you say there is no deity if you didn't have ego? How can you say there is no deity if you don't see that when you don't eat, your stomach remains empty and you crave for food? Yeah, this is after you eat, you said, "That's I'm fine now." Look, I did something and I started feeling saturated. So that is ego, representing ego. Causes represent in the nature ego. In me, my caprices, my ego. Attributing the things to myself is ego. So attributing the events, the effects to causes is, if you like, the ego of nature. In my eyes, they are all in my eyes. In reality, nothing is really giving existence to anything, because nothing can give existence to anything. Neither can I give existence to anything. In order to understand that there is a causer of causes, I have to encounter with this reality that there are, if you like, apparently functioning causes, and I am required and given the ability to investigate whether they are real creators or not. That is the only way that we can acknowledge that they are not creators, but there must be a creator. Who can it be? Who can it be? Because I am feeding the child, the Quran says, but at the same time I question this, because Quran gives me the guidance and I have to use it. No. Only me who is creating, who is giving the sustenance to. We are feeding, not you. But no, I seem to be. No. Be careful. Question it. Yeah. Allahu yarzuqukum wa iyyahum, or other way around. Allahu yarzuquhum wa iyyakum. Which one is correct? Do you know somebody? Does anybody know? No. Sorry? Yeah. Allahu yarzuquhum wa iyyakum. Come on. I am feeding. Where is God? Yeah. Quran says question. Can you create the action? Can you create the action? But we have to be careful. Next second. نحن نرزقكم وإياكم. Yeah. Whatever. Now, this is the point. Now, that's why we have to really relate ourselves to the reality. The Quran and an instruction, spoken instruction, which is said in the form of words, verbal explanation of what is demonstrated in creation. The instructions, the same thing. So it gives us a verbal explanation saying that, look, we have to do this, but ego, what we call ego, as Satan or whatever, says it is you who is doing it. It is the food who is nourishing you. It is the vitamin who is keeping your health. Yep. And you have to question. You are given the ability to question as well, whether it is true or not. Yeah, that is a beautiful thing, but never, ever we should fall into this dispute. Since everything is created by God, I shouldn't do anything. Everything is created by God, nothing to do with me. So it is totally irrelevant to me. But everything is created by God. None of my business. He created it. Why? What shall I do? None of my business. He created the world. Okay, I keep saying this. Good for him. He's a good job. It's a great job. Okay. Oh, great guy. So what shall I do? It must have something to do with me. That's what I am here, and my abilities force me to question the reality of what I am seeing, what I am experiencing. So we understand that ego is beautiful. Without ego, we cannot really question anything. There is no doubt, there is no belief. Don't forget about it. There is no question, there is no answer. If you don't ask the question, you don't look for answer. There is no answer. So if you don't doubt, questioning means doubting. Is it really so? There is no security. There is no answer. There is no result. That is the right. This is the wrong. You have to decide. We have to decide. But imitation is not decision. Imitation is not decision means we believe in God. We are Muslims or Christians. We believe in Jesus. Yeah. So Jesus will save us. I believe. Yeah. I trust. I put my trust in Him. Yeah. Okay. What happened? I'm saved. Have you really saved in your own consciousness? But it's equally the same. I believe in God and I am saved. Have you really saved right now? Are you not worrying your existence right now? Are you really aware that every action you do is created by Him? It is His favor to you. It is His gift to you. Are you really aware of it? Are you? Then you feel this safety in your own existence. Otherwise, it is an order outside source. I am secured with an insurance company. So if something happens to me, they will take care of me. As if I think that I'm guaranteed now. But we don't know that our reality is nothing to do with this kind of things. Our reality is everything to do with our existence. So even I am blind, but I want to see. Even I am blind, I want to see. I need the power of sight. How can I guarantee that? And I don't want to lose it any time. Not only when I get old, not only when I am young, that I need to see. When I am old, it doesn't matter really, even if you don't see. So finish. It means I'm going to perish away forever. So it doesn't help me because I'm going to perish away forever. Doesn't matter. We have to understand this. We started talking about this point at the beginning of our today's discussion. To live in this world for 40 years, for 60 years, for 100 years, after you live that much, you understand that it is not important. Think about it. You lived until now. What you want? You want to live tomorrow. Yeah? I have been given life in the solar system 67 years. So I cannot say that I have been living here quite a while. Huh? It's better to perish away. No, never. But I have been living for 67 years. I will, as a human being, this is the capacity, human capacity, I will keep the same desire when I come to, even if I come 100 years of age. I will say, why not tomorrow? Why not tomorrow? Because the problem is, but excuse me, I have to pause here and go into another side subject. People say that somebody is suffering from cancer and he is not really seeing properly, eating properly, tasting it. What the people say, and the person himself says, there is no pleasure in living. I'd better die. Why? Not because he wants to get rid of his existence. He doesn't like the situation of life, condition of life then. If you, for example, let's say medically possible, if you really restore his health, yeah, and becomes a healthy man at the age of 90, can he say the same thing again? I'd better die. Since I am the eldest among you, 67 years I have been living, I don't care. What I care, I want to live tomorrow. Yeah? If somebody says, if you go out of this door, you will be killed. Okay? For any reason. So go out of this door. I have been living in this world for 67 years. Do I say that as long as I'm healthy, yeah, happy? Do I say that, okay, it doesn't matter since I have been living quite a while and that's enough. I have to go this way and be killed. Is there anybody in the world like this? Even not yourself. 90 years old, very old and ill, sick mother lies in the bed. What do? Let her die. Can you say that? For others, not for yourself, for others. Can you say that? Let her die. Anything happens, call the doctor, emergency, ambulance. Why? Just postpone her life one day more, as long as it's possible. It means we are created for eternity. So never say that, by extending my life, I will be happy. If I live in this world for 60 years and die, doesn't matter. When you come to the age of 60, you will see. You will see whether it doesn't matter, I can die. As long as you are healthy and happy with your life. You cannot say that. That's how we are created for. We have to use that sense. Seriously. I want to exist eternally at the highest life standard. Yeah? At the highest life level. Fully experiencing my pleasures. That's what I want. When the Quran says, I guarantee it to you. I am the one who's going to give you. That's called Jannah, paradise. That's called the garden, the paradise. It means you will be happy. You will be happy. That is guaranteed in the instruction book. And that's what I want. And the instruction book tells me how can I secure this before I die. So I will be definitely, I am sure, I will be eternally happy. How can I secure this? The guidance is in the instruction book, but we have to practice it. We have to, how? We have to get the instruction as this verse we have been studying. Yeah? As this verse we have been studying, that we have to get the instruction in this way, not without, last thing we have to stop, without running away from your reality. It means without externalizing religion, doing some external activities, not within yourself. Without externalizing your religion, you have to really get the instruction and apply it in your real life. That's what we have been training here. For example, from this story, what we learned, internal. Nothing to do with Jonah. Did we say anything? Jonah was in this fish or in that fish. Did we say anything? It was in this sea or in that sea. It was an ocean, it was a lake or what? Did you say anything? So irrelevant. But we said, how are we going to practice? There is no deity but you. How are we going to make it for myself? One step, every day, one drop. Every week, one drop by drop. If you say, this is just a drop, you will never get the lake. If you say this drop doesn't matter, we can study this verse actually. It's a beautiful verse. If you kill one man, as if you have killed everybody. Why? Come on, I killed only one. The one who kills 2 or 3 is worse. No. Doesn't matter. Quran says no. The same. What does it mean? Of course, I'm not saying physically, there is no difference. If you kill one man, go kill others as well. Doesn't matter. No, practically. What does this instruction mean? Well, if you remind me later on, we can study this verse. It is very practical, and we have been killing one innocent in our life every moment. Why? That's because of this the content of this instruction. We can study that verse as well, how we should interpret it and apply it to our life. That is, I don't know when, but we can do that. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. We can stop here. Let's see. Actually, you can read the rest yourself, keep the notes and read the rest, because after this long instruction, you can actually make sense of the following explanations. We have covered the foundations of the principle of understanding. Yep. Do you think you will do that? So we will start a new subject next Saturday. What do you think? What do you prefer? Yep. So because this half page is something to do with what we have been discussing. So foundations are, inshallah, established. Inshallah. Thank you very much. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم سبحانك لا علم لنا إلا ما علمتنا إنك أنت العليم الحكيم وآخر دعواهم أن الحمد لله رب العالمين بحرمة سورة الفاتحة.